Hey, Dave Spalding for Handgun Combatives Nation. I get a lot of questions these days. Hey, what are you doing now that you're retired? Well, pretty much whatever I want, when I want to, with whom I want to do it with. And that includes shooting handguns, because I still like doing that. I'm still interested in personal defense. All of that stuff has not changed. I'm just not going back and forth across the country and doing it. This is one of my latest projects. It's a Lonewolf Dusk. Now you can buy this from Lonewolf direct, set up pretty much any way you want. But in my particular case, I wanted to do it myself. It's all Dusk components except for the Glock magazine, and of course the Holosun SCS that's on the top. A couple of modifications I made. As you can see, the Dusk frame has got all of the various features that folks have custom gunsmiths to. They have the thumb pads, they have a reduced grip. In this particular case, it's kind of a rubber overlay. It works very, very well. Now, the Dusk comes with 2 interchangeable back straps, but I didn't like either one of them. I want a gun that's much like a 1911 with a flat mainspring housing. I want the front strap and the back strap to be parallel to each other. So I sent this frame off to David Bowie at Bowie Tactical Concepts, and he filled that back strap and then stippled it for me so it fits my hand just the way I want. Folks, this gun points better than any gun I have ever had, which makes using that dot optic all the easier because I'm not chasing it down. Keep in mind, if you point the muzzle, the dot will arrive. Get out of the habit of just flinging the gun out there as fast as you can and use more proprioception and point the muzzle. The optic will be there. One of the modifications I did make to it is I'm not a big fan of hook trigger guards. The old technique from the 1970s where that was used to kind of help you control recoil, quite frankly, I found more people pulled the muzzle off when they tried to do that. But I do like the look of square trigger guards. Many years ago, I had a Swenson 1911, and it had a square trigger guard on it, and I always liked that. No, I no longer have it because I was a young cop with a mortgage and a car payment and kids to feed and clothe, and somebody came along and offered me more money that I couldn't turn down. But I still like that square trigger guard. So that's basically what I did here. Between that and what David Bowie did back here are really the only modifications that aren't Lonewolf Dusk. The internal components are all Lonewolf, the trigger, all of that stuff, all Lonewolf. The slide had to be custom ordered. If I would have wanted this with ports and cuts and fish scales cut for a Trijicon RMR or any of the other more popular optics, I could have gotten that really quick, but I didn't. I wanted a fairly stock-looking slide, front and rear cocking serrations, rounded corners, and I wanted it cut for the Holosun MOS SCS. It's an optic I have really come to like. I've had no problems with the multiple ones I've ordered. I like the fact that it's not driven by a battery, it's driven by a solar charging cell. It's small, I can use the factory sights as backup. It does everything I want it to do and adds very little bulk to the package, as you can see. The Dusk 19 from Lonewolf, you can get it any way you want, and just like a Glock pistol, it's super reliable, it's easy to work on. It's kind of like Burger King and pistols, you can have it your way. Dave Spalding, Handgun Combatives Nation, thanks for checking in.